the fear of God into people when they hear that. And we got a lot of old people in town.
But a lot of it, like when they're
I-
gonna shut the water off or something like that, they would blow it.
Yeah, but I don't think they do it anymore.
No,
But
Just
it
the
would
fires.
sure help, you know, because people, some of those, our neighbors across the street didn't know it was flooding. These
Yeah,
are
but
young
then
people,
That's
our,
why
When
last-
the siren
last
goes
time I was
off, they're
in
gonna think it's a fire.
Very young.
Yes.
person.
How long does it take to figure out a fire?
Why can't we send a notice out to people that we're gonna hook that siren back up, so they will be alerted that it might go off?
It's still hooked up. It's used
Well-
for fires.
Huh?
It's used
So,
as a
so if
fire
you
alarm.
use it for 10 different things, then nobody's gonna know what you're gonna
If
be
it goes
blowing
off,
it over.
Well-
you know it's fire or flood.
You see
The
my
town would
point?
have to come up with a policy to do that.
Yeah.
And,
Ordinance.
yeah, we could do that.
are we
Well,
talking two
yeah.
different sirens, Bill?
No,
No.
it's, well, we only have one
Big
sign.
Right, and
I
then
think
they have
we
the
need
fire
to help
ones
these
too, right?
people on the east side that's more susceptible to this flooding,
Sure.
and that's what's gonna help them out, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Set that alarm off. And I would send out a notice to everybody that you're gonna use that alarm for flooding.
just as a wake-up call, just to say,
Still, how do you know when it goes off whether it's fire or flood?
when was the last time you used it for a fire?
We've never,
There
I
you
think
go.
it's a
Not
different
in
case,
Kansas.
I
isn't
use
it?
it for fires.
not in 10 years.
Okay, Tammy, yes, we-
I haven't heard it go off.
just
I
hold,
have,
hold on, let's let
when they
Tammy
have the
hear.
fires.
Tammy Taylor. Maybe you could get together with the fire department, work out a deal. Generally, when it goes off one siren and that's it. So if you implemented three quick, then you would know it was flood if it was sent out ahead of time.
Yeah.
But, you know, you have to work together and it has to be sent out.
Yeah.
Now, before I quit here, I have to say thank you for informing us on that flood commission or however you want to term it. But can it be possible that you guys put this on the agenda for certain things like this? That we get an update? Because I think this is like the first update we as citizens have heard, and it helps us to understand what's going on, kind of. And the reason I ask this is because Bridger does, they regularly update, it's on their agenda. And the other one that they have is like the historical, whoever's on the historical. We have somebody on the historical, they've never come and reported anything. Do you actually know they're doing anything? I mean,
Right, we don't.
I'm sorry, and that's why I'm requesting that, okay?
Yes, Harv.
Something that I do want to get into with our meetings, that I will talk also about a little bit later, is that I want to have a 10-minute at the end of the meeting information. So
Okay.
information about what you guys want to know. And all it would be is information. You know, we wouldn't be answering questions or anything like that, but it would just be us simply telling you what we know the last 10 minutes just to get those questions answered. And without having to be kind of in the meeting, but with no discussion, just ask your question, we answer, and we move on with those last 5 minutes. But then just because so people can stay informed.
Yeah, and as far as time frame, I'll tell you, most of this has happened within the last month.
Okay,
Everything that's been, it's been in the works, but if I came to you guys and told you every time that they said that we were gonna get money and that they were gonna help us with something,
Would have been a lie.
yeah. So I'm getting to a point where it has to be written down, and it's gotta be a whole lot more sure of the things before I tell anybody what's going on.
and I understand that, but like I said, even if we had a meeting and we were told something, but nothing is solid in place,
I could give you a story every month
I know.
of everything that is just floating out there that, you know, we're trying to get done. But, yes. You have another question? John. Anything else? Okay. let's approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from April 11th.
I'll second that. Each at 8.
Beat you to it, mate.
Forgot he was here.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes for April 11th, 2023. All in favor?
Aye. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the April 3rd meeting, special meeting.
28.
Oh, I'm sorry. It says April 3rd.
Are they April 3rd or April 28th?
You got an April 28th as well?
No, it says on the agenda, April 28th.
I've got it.
Oh, I did, I accidentally left April 3rd on there, I will get that changed.
Okay,
it's
so
the
this is April
28th.
28th, yes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from 28th of April. Special meeting.
We have a
I'll
second.
second their approval of the 28th meeting.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the April 28th special meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Approve the claims.
I make a motion to approve the claims.
I'll second that as well.
We
That's
have
for April.
a motion, can we have a motion and a second to approve the claims for 2024, 23? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Payroll summary, approved payroll summary.
Make a motion to approve the payroll summary for April 2023.
I'll second that as well.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the payroll summary for 04-23. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
New business, swear-ins. Our clerk, since our city council member is not here, we're gonna swear in our clerk, and I will do that. Right here. Okay. Now, raise your right hand. And repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will support,
I do solemnly swear that I support,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Montana,
and the Constitution of the State of Montana,
and that I will discharge the duties
and I will discharge the duties
of my office
of my office
with fidelity, so help me God.
with fidelity, or so help me God.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let me sign that.
Name there, sign there.
Okay. That is taken care of. Thank you. Officially our clerk now.
Yep.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, next on the agenda is Denning and Downing. As you're all aware, they're our accounting firm that has done some audits for us. We are looking at it's not an audit, it's a financial review, I believe.
Yes.
And it's required by the state, so we have to do a financial review. And these guys can do it for $5,500. And we have not gotten any other offers on it, so.
Have we put it out for other people to bid it?
Everyone is so busy. Everyone is so behind. Auditors in the state of Montana have gone down drastically. So just that they are offering to do it is huge. That they're willing to even take us on.
Didn't they do the last one?
Yes.
so they should be able to do it quicker than anybody else anyway, right?
Yes, that they would.
Does that, have you talked to anybody as far as the charge for that, like Bridger or Joliet, to find out if
I
they're
have not.
paying $50 and we're paying 5,000?
I have not.
I guarantee you they aren't paying 50 bucks.
I know, I know.
I'm just glad it wasn't the 15 or 16 that they charged last time.
Why don't you give them a call and see what they're paying?
Okay.
Okay.
And I would assume that that's in line.
If it's his price, are you guys willing
Yeah.
to do that?
Okay.
Okay, so we can get this dealt with in, it's Tammy.
Tammy Taylor.
Tammy.
I do know that Deming and Downing is one of the top 3 in the state. Most schools use them, and city, there's 3 that they go with, and Deming and Downing is one of the top 3 that they use on a regular basis.
I do know that they're very particular.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
So do we
yes.
have to approve that?
Probably should.
Or verbal?
Probably,
Do I have to vote on it?
I would
yeah, let's go ahead, let's just vote on it. You guys
make a
approve
motion to pay that amount.
the motion to pay it if it's not out of line with anything else?
If it compares to the towns around us?
Okay.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
Okay, we have, do you have any comments, Nate?
No, but I definitely, the only thing I would say is that we double check and make sure with corresponding towns if they have any input, like whether Bridger or Joliet on how they go about it with theirs previously. That'd be the biggest thing I'd say.
Yep, that's the same thing that Dave would like. If it's within that amount, then we have a motion and a second to agree on that, if it's within those boundaries.
Sound good?
Okay, we have a motion and a second for that, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. So will you check on that tomorrow and find out? Thanks. Christian can give us a pretty fast heads up on that.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Kids Court.
Yep, 119 Kids Court.
Do we have some information in our packet on this?
Did I bring
No.
that in? I didn't bring it in. The
Okay.
plans that you had left here.
Yes,
for-
sir. Did you guys all get, Micah Hoffman, I'm a Red Lodge resident, and I wanted to share really quick, I share you guys' frustration with the flooding too. I had 2 properties affected last year in Red Lodge. And so I share your frustration with the lack of action by the federal agencies, but you should be thankful for your mayor who is stacking sandbags and preparing for that, because our leadership's doing absolutely nothing. We're doing it on our own within the community. So he's doing probably more than what you think he is. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. I'm an outsider.
Thank you.
I'm here today seeking approval for a potential investment property over here adjacent to the school, 119 Kids Court. However, as of yesterday, that property went contingent to another buyer, potentially. I don't know what the contingencies are, but it's looking less likely that I might have the chance to buy it, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
The reason I didn't call it off tonight is because I thought I might introduce myself to you guys anyway. I'll still be looking in the area and
There's other properties available.
Yeah.
There's other land available, lots available.
that's on realtor.com, or do you have some insider information? Because I've been looking.
Well, we'll sit down there and I'll point some out.
Okay. So what are your thoughts about what we would like to do over here? Do you have any issues putting a duplex on a single family?
Well, I would be real honestly, I would want to see how the percentage lays out on that lot. That would be paramount.
Do you know the size of the lot?
So I measured on cadastral, and it was like
You measured what?
the lot. It's 4,000 square feet, but they have a measuring tool.
30-foot lot.
30 by 170.
And you wanna put on a 23-foot house,
Yeah,
which requires a 6-foot back from the alley.
yes, sir. I know that doesn't work. I guess when I measured on cadastral, it came up with 42 feet, which is why I thought it would work. Is it actually
What they're
30?
using, what they've
Well, it
done
would,
is, they've encroached out of the city with their yard and their fence. That's all city.
So I'd actually need to get a
Actual
plot map.
property line goes about 2 foot past the edge of the front of the house.
yeah. Before, when I went up and looked at it, it'd have to be surveyed. And I can tell you the survey marks, the old ones in town are off about 5 feet. So it would have to be surveyed to look to see where exactly you're at. Now, on a 30-foot wide lot, when I was looking through the ordinance books to try to figure out a way of making a 23-foot house fit on that, then it would have to be zoned a Class A, a business. But it would qualify as a business because it's a profit business. But there would have to be restrictions as far as what you're doing there, other than, for housing. Because as your Class A would allow you to go to the property line with a building, as like a business here in town does, on Main Street. Property line to property line.
I see no issue with that. I'm just looking for you guys to say, if we can work it out within setbacks, we're interested in allowing you to do it.
But that would have to be, it would have to be surveyed.
We would be
DOC
fine
to-
if we met all the
We
restrictions.
met all the ordinances that are in place in
Yeah.
town.
I don't have a problem with it.
Well, okay, because in red lights, the multifamily zoning is so hard to get to attain. And when I asked my realtor that question, they said, well, I don't know, I guess you have to ask the city planner. Well, then, which is, you guys are the next step.
Yes.
So that's what I'm here, trying to learn.
No, multifamily things are a moneymaker for the town. Because rather than one residence paying water, sewer, garbage, we have 2 residents paying water, sewer, garbage. And it's kind of a win-win for the town. Plus, we need that in this town because we don't have, there's no place to rent. And no place for school teachers to go, and stuff like that, so,
You go to Joliet,
yeah.
can't even go there.
Well, I don't want to take any more of your time. I
Yeah.
appreciate the time you
Sure.
gave me, and if you don't mind, I'll hang out and I'll get with you after the
Yeah.
meeting. Or do you want me to catch up with you later in the week? It doesn't have to be tonight.
Well, actually, if you could come over later on in the week sometime, that would be great. We can sit down, we can drive around town a little bit, and I can point out some properties and,
So just to be clear, it's stuff that's not on Realtor.com.
I doubt it is,
Okay, that's good information. Yeah,
so, but yeah, there's places in town.
okay. Yeah, I'd be interested in seeing it. Thank you.
Just you gotta know who to call, that's,
And you know who to call.
yeah. I am no longer young and have a desire to do anything like that, so I would let you call and make that arrangement.
Alright.
But there are places out there.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Yep. Okay, old business. Okay, second reading on resolution 519, let me find that.
It should be the green tab.
Yep, got it here. Okay, resolution number 519, a resolution of the town council to amend the date of town council meetings. Whereas the town of Fromberg has currently scheduled town council meetings to be held on the second Tuesday of each month, starting at 7 p.m. at the town hall. And whereas the town of Fromberg hereby desires to amend the date and time currently scheduled for town council meetings to be hereafter held on the second Monday of each month, starting at 7 p.m. at town hall. Now therefore be it resolved by the town council of the town of Fromberg, Montana as follows. Town council meetings shall be held on the second Monday of each month, starting at 7 p.m. at town hall. Now the reason for this is so that our attorney We hired a new attorney and he
Can participate.
can participate in our meetings. Yes, Tammy.
Tammy Taylor. And I don't have a problem with you changing the meeting, but I did tell you in March, I wasn't paying attention at the last meeting because I was looking over the bills, that this had to be done by an ordinance. It can't be done by a resolution. It's Montana Annotated Code. And I do have it here. And it has to be posted 30 days prior to the reading and voted on.
And we did.
It wasn't posted in all three places, and it has to be an ordinance, not a resolution.
Well, we can change
I mean,
ordinances.
The reason we didn't, I know you can change them. That's why I told you in March, get a hold of your attorney, have him write an ordinance and post it and vote on it. And you guys did a resolution and you didn't post it. You have to post it at all three postings.
I thought we did post it. Didn't we post it in all three?
This would have been before me.
I believe
Yeah.
it was posted.
And then it has to be posted again. It has to be posted 30 days prior to this meeting.
I will check with our attorney. I actually meet with him tomorrow. So I will,
It's right there.
perfect. I will take that to him and I will make sure that it is done correctly. Sorry.
Okay. So, shall we table this until,
I guess we have to table this.
Yes.
Jesus. It's frustrating.
okay, next on the agenda, Public Works. Sam, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey guys, my name is Sam Brem. New guy in town, kind of my first week around here, so everybody's gonna have to hang with me and learn names and connections and all that. So I just want to introduce myself and say that I'm doing as best I can to get everybody figured out. So if there's any questions, I'm more than willing to answer them. But I don't have a whole lot for you guys right now, besides the fact that I'm getting licensing and everything figured out. And your water system's doing just wonderful. So other than that, I don't have a whole lot for you guys.
Are you getting some help?
I am getting a lot of help. I reached out to multiple communities around us on
Yeah.
guidance of what to do and what the requirements are and everything like that. And
I've started to develop a database of people to call.
most certainly have more Rolodex than I need.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
And we do have a temporary certification application for Sam.
Good.
So, that is done.
Mhm.
So just so everybody knows. Okay, and what have you been working on?
Recently I've been working on just getting your database figured out for your water meter systems. I've been trying to get signs made. I will be going into Red Lodge tomorrow to meet with DES and get some updated maps for plot zoning and whatnot. And just getting an actual filing system of every single town home residence figured out and who's who and get that updated.
Okay.
Have you done any meter reading yet?
I've done a few of them here on the south side.
Yeah.
I have not done the digital system yet this month.
Okay.
We've been having some issues with our computer. That's why our water billing is not completed yet for this last month. I'm hoping that that can be resolved tomorrow. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So, yeah. Anybody have any questions for our town maintenance guy?
Or no?
No? Okay. Thank you, Cindy.
I know
Yes,
it's,
go ahead.
I know it's down the road, but when are we gonna start patching some of the streets?
We have done some, we've patched a few holes. I know, there is a lot of holes that need patched. And I have talked to Sam about patching roads, so it is coming.
It was only a weekend.
Yes.
We're going. We're only a weekend.
So, we're doing the best we can right now, but yes, it's on the agenda for getting roads patched.
Okay.
Some of them are pretty bad.
Yeah.
Okay? Okey-doke.
All right.
Thanks, Sam. Our town clerk, Haley.
Hi guys, I'm Harley. So I just got back from the 43rd Annual Montana Municipal Institute for Clerks, Treasurers, and Financial Officer Programs. It was very informational, very, very informational. I got to go through and talk about, and find out a lot about grants, what's available for the town, what other resources there are besides just the state grants. There's a lot of community grants, there's a lot of county grants that actually have not been applied for that we can definitely go for and get that done. We are catching up on some stuff, so we will be more eligible to get those grants. So that is super exciting. I wanted to talk about a new laptop for the Public Works Department. It is very out of date, and it is something that needs to be updated so then we can continue to move forward with all of our information coming out. And then summer water rates is another one that people have been calling about.
That was on my list for the mayor council.
Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. And then the last 10 minutes of the meeting, 5-10 minutes, I'd like to do an educational time. What are some things that you guys as a community would like to see in that? Do we want to go over Parley Pro stuff? Do we want to go over, just information of updates on what's going on, what grants are available? I'd really like to see what your guys' opinion is on that. You guys can definitely get with me sometime the month and just let me know on that. I'm looking into getting a new website designed, so everyone can actually access the website and be able to find everything properly. It'll be easier on our end and on your end to be able to find everything and get everything downloaded correctly. Another one that we need to talk about is our past water bills. We are in the hole about, what was it, 90,000?
Very close to.
Close to $90,000 of delinquent water bills.
Mhm.
Yes.
Montana Annotated Code follows that automatically, that you have, I believe it's 30 days, I'd have to look it up again, and after 30 days, you are an automatic shut-off, and you should be following that because that's what got everybody in trouble last time when we let it get this bad.
So that is exactly what I wanted to hear, and I want to have noted in our minutes, because I am new, and so
Okay.
this is something, I'm just picking up and stuff, but it is something that I want to get taken care of. And with the community saying that in our notes is good, because I want to hear that from everyone. I don't want to shut people off and then the community, people that show up at the meetings be like, hey, something, so it's something that I need just that little bit of backup to make sure that that is something that,
Yeah, you
Okay.
have.
We'll show up and tell them Tammy told us to shut it off.
no,
It-
but
it-
it's something that I just needed noted in the meeting, so
Yeah.
then when it does go out and we do start shutting people off, it's not like, oh my gosh, we're getting shut off.
It is state
There'll be
law
multiple
to
notices.
save you guys as
Yeah.
bacon is why.
Okay, perfect.
And we need to follow up on those delinquent accounts and get those filed on.
Yes, and then what isn't paid and stuff. as
Because
of
what
July
happens
1st
is,
goes
if
to
you let those
taxes.
things go, and we found this out last year, that these people will sell their property, and then we're out. Or at least it's a hell of a lot harder to collect.
Yes, I'm dealing with an attorney right now on a property like
Yeah,
that.
so if we file right away, get it taken care of, and then we don't have the issue.
Correct.
You talked about a lien on them.
Yeah.
You have a question?
I'm ready. Where am I live over here? But anyway, what about the shut-offs? I requested my water to be shut off last year, July 5th, because I had a problem. And it wouldn't shut, somebody didn't shut the water off. I told I wouldn't have the money to pay the son of a bitch. So,
Now, I'll stop you right there.
Good.
Watch your language.
yes, sir, I
Okay.
agree with you.
Okay, thank you.
I was trying to make a point.
I know.
In
And
that,
the lady said she would have it shut off because, well, look, Miss Hassan moved in there, had me in jail, threatened, said I threatened her and this and that, which they're throwing it out of court now, so that's all bull, but this water deal,
Yeah, if you requested a shut off, well, you should have been shut off.
well.
But that doesn't stop your bill, you understand that, right?
Well, shouldn't you get, what about summer rates? Now,
Yeah, you
I
get a
plan
reduced
on being
rate.
gone for about 3 months, how do you work that
You
out?
get a reduced rate, and
Yeah.
you can ask the gal at the office what that is, but we can shut the water off, but you'll have a
That's
reduced
what I
rate.
thought, but it didn't come out that way on my bill.
Yeah,
We'll get into that one.
if you're protesting your bill, you need to take that to her as well,
Yeah.
and we'll get you
Oh,
taken
this-
care of.
No, you know, the lady, Lacey was doing that stuff at
Okay.
that time.
Has
Yeah,
it been
if
resolved?
No, it hasn't.
Okay, then you need to get with her and get it
Yeah.
resolved.
Well, I'll do the best I can.
Okay,
yeah, we can get it
But I thank
resolved.
you and I appreciate you speaking up,
yeah,
because this needs to be a quiet situation.
Sure.
Thank you.
you bet.
Okay.
Anything else
No.
on your list?
No, that's it.
Okay, next we have the mayor and council. For our time, I guess we were gonna bring up about the summer rates.
Yeah, there's been a lot of interest in summer rates of watering,
Yeah.
and that means that Nate's idea last year must have went over pretty good. Good job, Nate.
Thanks.
Do you want to see if we want to do that again this year?
I would think so. I mean, last year there was some that jumped on, and I think now that people realized and they seen their neighbor watering when previously they didn't, or maybe they had a small garden and now that they realize that they can be part of that too, it's probably only going to increase or do a little bit better each year, I feel. But
Let's see how green the Marysville lawn is.
What were
Thanks.
those summer rates?
They were, it was basically an average of what their winter rates were. So they're not
So
being
they're
charged
not
for the
being
water.
penalized for using more
Yeah.
to keep
And
their
the
lawns
only
up.
stipulation is they have to have a current water bill. They can't be behind.
Right, they can't
So
be in
it's
the
another
rears.
deal to entice people to catch up on their bills.
Yeah. If they're in the rears, they have to catch up before they can take advantage of that.
Perfect.
I like the idea.
I do too. I didn't see any negative aspects of that.
No,
Decision.
I didn't either.
And
Do we want to go the same as last year from June till, what was it, end of August, I believe?
Yes, it was. And that seems about right.